Let me take you to Sharon Backhouse, who's the Director of Science travel company GeoTenerife, and is currently on La Palma with a group of international students, and they're just a few kilometres away from a wildfire, which has led to hundreds of people being evacuated from the area. Sharon, hello.
Good morning, Naga, from the beautiful island of La Palma. How are you?
Oh, I'm slightly jealous, but it's beautiful there, I'm sure. What are the temperatures like?
So the temperatures actually the last few days have been incredibly hot, which is why we've had this issue with a wildfire here, but also a small one in Tenerife. But at the moment today, the temperatures are easing, I have to say, which is helping the efforts to control the fire that is still burning on the northeast side of the island here in La Palma. Sorry, carry on.
No, I was just going to say, what are you doing there, and how are you and the students kind of, when it is so hot and you've got these wildfires in the air, which of course extremely serious, how are you guys coping, or has it had to change your plans?
Well, we are obviously monitoring the situation very closely because we're staying in El Paso, which is not far, just a few kilometres away from where the situation is developing. So we're keeping an eye on that. Where we were hoping to be able to fly our drones. We're carrying out a survey of the 2021 volcanic eruption to do a 3D model. But of course, all the drone flying has been put on hold for today because we have many, many helicopters and some hydroplanes that are flying over the area to try and combat the fires that are ongoing up on the northeast area of the island. I have to say today, the good news is that some of the residents that were evacuated, we have over 4,000 residents who were evacuated from the area, particularly from two towns of Tijarafe and Punta Gorda. They're starting to be taken back to their homes, so that's great. But the concern now is the flank, the southern flank of the blaze, which leads into the Caldera de Taburiente, which is a beautiful area just next to where we are, and they're fighting to control that flank there so that it doesn't spread any further.
Yeah, I mean, the damage has been extensive, hasn't it, from that fire?
Yes, the extraordinary thing about the Canary Islands is that when we have forest fires, the Canarian pine is extraordinary. It does recover very quickly. The concern over this particular fire is that it's affected urban areas. So we've lost, for example, 20 homes, people who woke up in the middle of the night on Friday evening smelling smoke and literally had to run out with what they were wearing and lost everything, all their paperwork, their homes, and that's devastating. And some people in this area had moved there specifically to get away from the more volcanic area where the eruption had happened. And of course, they're now being disrupted by this. And the Canary Islands, we do have natural hazards. The problem in La Palma is that they're still struggling to recover from the volcanic eruption. A lot of aid that was promised hasn't arrived yet. So this is another thing that will disrupt them and impact them, and we're very concerned about that.
It's interesting you talk about the aid not arriving, because when I was just talking a moment ago to Matt, who's in Greece, he was saying, the emergency services have been great and they've really kind of put the resources in place for just in case. What kind of resources are being put in place there?
So the resources in terms of the emergency services are amazing. They're dealing really well. They've sent resources from the mainland, from the Canary Islands, and the collaboration between all the various administrations has been fantastic. And the communication has been brilliant. They used, for the first time, they used this mobile phone app, which alerted everybody who had to evacuate, and they sent a message straight to their mobile phones in the area, and that worked very well. So all of that side of things works very well. The issue here is actually getting money to people once there has been a problem like this and helping them to get back on their feet. So in the wake of the volcanic eruption in 2021, for example, the government in Madrid offered 100 million euros to help people get back on their feet, and that money just is not arriving 2 years on. And that, I have to say, is shocking because people here have been really struggling over the last 18 months, some families, to get themselves going again. And there's lots of challenges here at a time when international tour operators have stopped coming to the island. Income is decreasing. It's the only island in the Canary Islands where tourism is actually lower than it was during COVID, never mind before COVID. So there's a big challenge here. The Isla Bonita is a stunning destination, and I repeat, most of the island is operating as normal. So if anybody's thinking of coming here, please do. The locals are fantastic. It's a lovely place to spend your holiday. But there are challenges here that we're trying to address and support the island with.
What did you call the island? La Isla Bonita?
La Isla Bonita.
Is that as in Madonna's song?
Yes.
Is that what it was about?
Well, I think she's probably come to La Palma and seen it. I'm not sure if for certain that's why she called it, but certainly it's known as La Isla Bonita, and it's in the shape of a heart, and it's very close to the heart of all the Canarian residents here.
Oh,
It's a small island. It only has 90,000 people, and in fact, when you talk about 4,255 people evacuated, that's 6.5% of the population, so it's significant, and about 45 kilometers squared that was affected by this fire and growing. So it is a significant event. Thankfully, as I say, the emergency service has been doing a great job under really difficult circumstances, not just because originally the high temperatures, but also some of the areas are very difficult to access. Yesterday, we had lots of clouds at the top of the caldera that were mixing with the smoke, so it made seeing what they were doing really, really difficult. And it's extraordinary to see the hard work that they've been doing to try and control this. So we're really grateful to all the emergency services who have come here in great numbers to help. They've had sort of 550 people on the ground yesterday, 150 overnight, working in really difficult conditions. But that side of things has just been extraordinary to see the effort that has been deployed here.
Oh, that's good to hear. Listen, Sharon, thank you so much for painting the picture for us there. And that's Sharon Backhouse, the Director of Science Travel Company GeoTenerife, currently on La Palma.